Like I need more organization software, obviously, but so I tried out the Microsoft's app. The It's called Tasks, and it's not doing it for me. And then even calendars, like you can change the views and everything, but like I don't know, I just the customization, like I don't know, it's too spread out. It's like I don't know. So, but on the other hand, we did some interesting stuff on this other computer today. We made progress. No, on this computer. I'm tripping out on this mix because I've never heard it before. And it's a remix of an edit, and I think somebody who's no longer with us was part of it. I think it's a couple people that remix this. Anyways, so I found four really good new apps from Microsoft that are actually not even really out, but I saw them. I was reading some reviews, and I just happened to stumble across an app that is just being reviewed. Like it's not even like when I downloaded it. I don't think it even had reviews yet, and then like I did a search on it, and it came up in like the top five new apps for Microsoft, like productivity, like Microsoft Store apps that are free. And I've been using it for a while. It's like an editor, an IDE, but it's a text editor that keeps it. You can save a session of all your notes. And so that is one thing. But then I found another app that's insane. So I'm going to try to find it right now and download it. It's driving me a little nuts. Um, so the name of these new apps are. Here. So I don't know the page where I downloaded them, unfortunately. And they're not showing up in what I recently added. So one of them is called Files Preview, but it's beta mode. It's just like a file manager, but in beta mode. And you can like sort your files just like you would in File Explorer. But let me try to find this link, and then we'll do it that way. I can find it in my history. Um, Let me see if it's downloads folder. Because it's installed from the Microsoft Store. So that's what I'll do. I'll check the Microsoft Store. That will tell me the name of the app and of course the history. I forgot about that. It tells you when you download it and blah 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 blah. And why is my desktop completely all jacked up? I mean, things just keep rearranging the icons and everything. I mean, what the fuck? My nerve. taskbar color, and like the whole theme changed. And I was trying to install skins, but I couldn't find a legit installer that doesn't like. Okay, so Java updated. Let's see. Okay. Oh my god, I have so much to update. I want to know what was downloads. No, I want to know the order. I want to know. No, no, no. I want to know by date. Yes, thank you. By date that I installed. And this will tell me exactly the name of it. See, I got apps on here, but this shit I don't even fucking need, or nor did I install. Okay, where is that photo editor app that? Okay, now I'm gonna. No. Okay, maybe it is called. Okay. Okay. I cannot. All the shit it says I purchased and I didn't. Okay. Okay, so I'm just gonna point it out in the Microsoft Store. If you guys don't already have, if you use Windows, you might not even like Windows or use Windows apps, but if you, for anyone that does, there's 4 really good ones for productivity that I've been using, and this is one of them. This is, and I just stumbled across it. It didn't like stand out. It didn't have any special deal or like any. It was just called Notepads app, and I looked at it. There was no reviews at the time. Now I think it has some reviews. Oh yeah, 4.8. It's gaining traction, but had just read about it today, like on online. Somebody reviewed it along with 4 other apps, and now I can't find that link. But anyways, that's one of them. Okay, so just remember that icon, and it looks like this. It's very simple. It's nothing, but it's just you can customize it, and it loads your session like a text editor. Okay, so you can customize it. How to wrap the text, the font, language, how you're spacing. You have a browser. You can, customize your accent color. Make sure though that when you save your files, each file you want to make sure that it's saved, and hopefully you save it in the same directory where the actual, like this whole session, right? So in the settings, it's called a session. Um, let's find it. Okay, so I can enable smart copy, but I don't, because I don't like my clipboard history being available because it can be intercepted, and often I copy and paste keys, passwords, all kinds of shit. I don't want smart copy. I don't want my history. Clipboard history is great. And I use it on Android a lot, but I've recently uninstalled clipboard history because it's gotten too scandalous. So this, when you enable, this is very important. Enabling snapshot sessions. So when you relaunch the app, it's going to relaunch all the windows that you have open. So for example, I have and it is just a good way for like if you're working on a project and you have similar information that you're working on that's affiliated with each other that you need close together and you have like an order going. For me, this is like the easiest way to make a database, like just having it quickly accessible. But so that's it. It's notepads. It's straightforward. And then the other one is this is really cool if I can find it. I don't know if I'm going to be getting the same deal here because I don't know if I landed up on that link by accident or if it's actual or if they are working for Microsoft to be paid reviewers. You know what I'm saying? What? No, it's not called FileMaker Pro. FileMaker Pro is another app, but it kind of bombed out. But as far as like, I think it's a database app also. Um, it's not even in my recent list. This is what I don't understand. It's just funny how things work. And the best and the good news, it will be last. I'll say that for last. Okay, so this, I like this. And I'll just open it and I'll show you why. It's more like a graphic arts tool, but for a notebook, which is really like. And I notice a lot of these apps that there are. I don't know the language that they use to build these Microsoft apps, but the structure of them are similar, like as far as the objects and the way it's structured. Um, but I'll just show you like a neat little example. There's just too many folders. I just been waiting for the day when you're gonna be able to color your folders. Okay, so okay, so it doesn't look like a whole lot of nothing like when you open it up. You're like, okay. But just watch this. So I'm gonna create a new notebook. Just gonna call it TECHNOTES class. Um a brief collection of linked files for database data, whatever. I can't even type. I make spelling errors like it's what no tomorrow because I'm OCD, bipolar. Fuck. I mean, ugh. Okay. So create. Boom, boom, boom. So we're going to save it in Note Pro Backups. I'm just going to save it there. I don't care. Okay, so it's creating a notebook. Now, that's the main page. So what are we going to do with it? Okay. Okay, so what can you do? Let's import just like a little image, maybe. I'll just import an image. Okay, so this will make the cover page. And this is a page in the notebook. Now you see all these extra dials and knickknacks, all these widgets, and so hide, merge. Whoops. Well, thanks. Hello. More. You got, restore page, cast, share, print, lock, rotate, zoom, pan. Um, you got previous, you got next, page setup. So this, I guess, is like a template to set it up. I'm not going to even worry with that. You can do go full screen. You can see the roller, not see the roller. So let's say if I wanted to add some text. So where's the actual page start and end? Oh my god, is this here blowing cold air? Page 2. So let's see. Page settings. Description. Oh, here we go. Okay, so this is how you set up. This is how I'm just gonna like kind of repeat what I did last time. So that's gonna be the page color. Blank. I want the font color to be orientation is portrait. Okay, so options for the font color. I'm gonna just make it yellow. And then, so where does it start? So I'm just like doing like a test. Okay, um, so now your ruler, you have to know like your width, like how far do you go before you return. What I don't like is that I don't see the vertical, like you wouldn't edge, see the vertical margins where they start and stop. So I'm just gonna keep typing. You always have to go back. Like their shortcuts aren't so hot. How did I get? Oh man, now I don't know how to get out of this international keyboard. So let's see. Now see how if I keep topping, it goes off the edge. Okay, so now would I move this folder down? What's gonna happen if I do that? What if I do that? Can I select that text? Oh, I can select a part of it, right? I can move that around. Okay. I can do a shape. To use shapes, you have to purchase it. Fuck all that. I'm not purchasing no subscription. Let's add an image. Let's just add an image from random bullshit. These are just icons. I'll take this one. Blah 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 blah. So that's page 2. Okay. And then, you can see where you're going with this. You can export, import, make a new page, print it. You can move it to another page. You can select all. You can invert. So, it goes on. You can make a new section or not. New section name or create a section. What if you don't want to do that? What if you don't want a new section? So let's just say no, exit. I just want to add a new page, right? So now that you still have to fill out all this information. So there should be a default that you don't have to fill out all these fields for a new page. You know what I mean? It should just pop up and you should be able to start plopping in your images, your data, whatever. But it it has some good potentials. It's not like a Photoshop, but it's kind of like a notepad and a Photoshop and kind of like a text editor all in one. So I'm just gonna exit out. It's called Notepad Pro, and I'm not getting the Pro version. Obviously not. Okay, and then there's one called Flyouts, and then there's Task Manager. Now, I'll show you the beta file folder. It's not that great. I'll install it, I guess. Or, no, I'll just go to Flyouts. I haven't messed with that yet. And then Task Manager. I think it's called Flyouts. That's where my one account has like every single app on the goddamn store. I didn't even download it. This application, ow, my leg is so messed up. Will replace the default audio airplane brightness flyouts found in Windows, shown when the volume or brightness changes or when airplane mode. So is that worth it? All I know is that I'm seeing Microsoft as being a little bit more accustomed to having more creative UI. And here's another interesting app called Crazy Photo Editor. No, Crazy Movie Maker. That actually has some amazing editing abilities. And then there's 2 more after this. So this app right here, I'm not going to install it. I don't really have the space for it. But it's called Crazy Video Maker 2. And it's not like Power Director or Cyber Cinema or Action Director or InShot or Pixemotion but it can do a lot of that and it's free. Modern Flyouts preview. Okay, so we'll just leave that there. And so I just want to share that with you. Now, there's 2 more apps. This one is fairly new too. It's called Socialize Up. So if you want to keep all your little social life on a huh, maybe it's not available for me in this Play Store because I got an exclusive download. I don't know. All I know it's called Socialize Up, and it's a multi-platform social all-in-one, kind of tool. Anyways, there's one more that's really good, and it's called Task Manager, I think. Yeah, Windows Tasks, and their mail app program is real shit. It works for you can put many, many emails in there. It works. Like you get your mail, but I've seen just so much way more better design Android mail clients. So this one is called Task. And then I'm trying to learn Tasker, which is and Automate, which is really hard. New Task Manager. So it's weird. In this store, it looks like they're labeling it different and using a different developer. Yep, because I can't even find it. Man. Okay, hold on, maybe. Because I spelled it wrong. Dude, it's not fucking there. Not games, apps. Oh my god. Wow, I'm gonna have to copy it from. I'm gonna have to get the link where I downloaded this stuff. Maybe it's in my collections. Let me look at my collections real quick. Of course, it's on my fucking collections. Well, I'm going to the goddamn history. All the way back. So my whole focus was I purchased a real legit key because I'm just fuck it. I'm not paying fucking $100 to for a subscription for the full office suite. Fuck all that. No, don't think so. And there's two workarounds. Like you can buy a digital license key, and there's different kinds of licensing keys. And I didn't know this, but I went for the full on volume enterprise, which means it's like a lifetime and you can install it on multiple machines on the server. Multiple people can access it, and I think it doesn't cost. I think it's granted under it's enterprise not universal license, enterprise license. No, it's called volume licensing. But do you know how many hours I had to read the correct way to install it and had to edit the XML file, had to run some PowerShell commands, run some command prompt commands, um, edit, like I said, edit the configuration settings, and then launch the XML file in a PowerShell command in a certain way so that it installs and downloads in a certain way. And then you're supposed to create a certain path called an ODT path. And you can download the installer, but it comes with certain settings. And you have two config settings that you can edit out some things. And I tried it and it didn't work. So I didn't even use that version. I had a backup copy of the original unedited config MSF files because I couldn't read the string of path correctly on the PowerShell. So every time I go to run it, I was getting error because it couldn't fucking video see the string of text. You would think they would make that like. Anyways, I experimented with it because what I had done is I had downloaded Office 2006 because I had been hearing tales in the crypt about 2006. You can get a license and run it free. You can get and get a cracked license is easier to get and you can run it free. Not like 365, not like 2019. Now there's um, Office 2019 Pro Edition, Student Edition, Enterprise Edition, and then a whole nother app. So I did my research when I went to Microsoft's IT site, and they break down a lot about their software, and they broke down the different types of Office installations, and they broke down how to install a volume licensed version of Office 2019. And I just happened to watch a little clip from a part of a video from a guy that was doing the same thing that I was trying to do. And I wanted to see his steps, so I watched the video. Certain parts I had to like go over 6 times because he either edited it down or did it so fast so you couldn't quite grasp what the fuck he was doing. And moving around on the screen too quickly, so it was hard to do. But I eventually got the correct string because I'm not really uh, familiar with syntax, code, Linux, Python, all that kind of stuff. Anyways, we're it actually finally installed like 7 hours later. It downloaded correctly. The first 4 times that I did that process in the command shell and then copy the XML file that was edited into the path, and then you do a setup.config files path, and it will download it and install it. Now, the other way, the way before I did it this way, what I did was I just downloaded onto my desktop the full suite of Adobe 16. I mean, Microsoft 2016, which is easy to download. It's not that hard to find. Not knowing about the different licensing, thinking that I could use a hack key that I find off the internet, a legit key, because I have found legit keys for Windows for free. And so I downloaded it, and then what I did was I just clicked the MSI file, and it just installed Windows 2016, and it installed fine. But I hit the setup file. Now, there's tricks like Depends on how you click, depends on what type of file it is. Most people assume they're just going to run a .exe for it to install. But in this case, for it to install, it had to be run through terminal commands. And it was not easy, you guys. It was not easy. But going backwards, yesterday I broke down because I had like $13 or $14 left on one of my pay as you go like free debit card things because I don't use cash or credit cards. And oh, where was I going with that story? Anyways, the way the tutorial showed it is that he installed it on his share server in his box. He was using a virtual box, but it was Windows VirtualBox. It wasn't VirtualBox by Oracle VirtualBox. It was a Windows VirtualBox that he opened and logged into. He had copied those all the files from the folder Office 2019 to the network server and made a folder copy of the files there. Now, I'm not set up with Microsoft Server. I was, but I disabled that shit. And I am in the active process of doing XAMPP tutorials and having to reinstall XAMPP on this device. Because the tutorials, you have to go through them and you have to download source material, etc., etc. Anyways, I can't keep my eyes open at the moment. I have to take a break, and we shall return after my little nap.